This housewife may be out of a penny, and she goes by the basic name of Jennie. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So here's where I come with a list of excuses. I wanted to get this video out to you guys a lot sooner, but literally on Wednesday and Thursday, I legit got home from work and went straight to sleep. Like, went home, ate, and passed out on the couch, woke up at 4 a.m. each day. Like, I don't know what the moon is doing to me. I don't know what's going on, but on top of all that, you guys, your boy is depressed. I am a depressed mess. Not going back to therapy. You know, we're just going to ride this shit on out. Just ride it on out. But this is me coming at you guys from the bottom, straight from the bottom, bitch, because I am a bottom bitch. And let's talk about another bitch that Bravo got from the bottom of the pen by the name of Jennie Nguyen. So if you guys don't know who Jennie Nguyen is one of the latest additions to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And she, in my opinion, is just somebody that they brought in to replace Jen Shah. If you guys don't know who Jen Shah is kind of like the main character of the show because she's a hothead that also has legal troubles with the FBI, maybe going to prison soon, and that's why they brought in Jennie Nguyen, basically somebody with the same name who's also Asian. But other than that, there's nothing really special about her. She came onto the show, her and her ugly ass husband and her cute kids. Thank God her cute kids don't look like her ugly ass husband. I don't even call people ugly, but this man is ugly, y'all. Like, he is a total eyesore. But Jennie Nguyen mainly just lives a quintessential life, but her whole storyline was about her husband bringing in a sister wife because she didn't want more kids, but he wanted more kids. But you know, that storyline quickly fizzled out because it was not real, you guys. After maybe like the third or fourth episode, we didn't hear anything about that whole entire storyline ever again. And it became even more apparent to me when her niece got on TikTok. It's her alleged niece, but I believe it's her niece. She got on TikTok and put her whole entire family on blast, and how Jennie Nguyen is basically just a shady ass bitch.
I have some tea about a Real Housewives cast member. I'm not going to say any names, but she's been recently getting attention as a new housewife, and I guess in the recent episode her husband gave her like a sister wife proposition, and his reasoning was that he wants more kids, which doesn't make sense because he didn't take care of his kids when they were little. Second, she's milking this whole crazy like I came from nothing storyline, which is not true at all. These people are so disgusting, they're willing to do anything for money. And I know this because she's my aunt and she used to stay with my family a lot, and my parents helped her so much, helped her in any way they can, looked after her kids, etc. And she threatened to sue them and throw them in jail so her husband and her could get some money.
Now, I know y'all probably tired of me calling women bitches, but I'm sorry, everybody gets called a bitch around here. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're a bitch, I'm gonna call you a bitch. But I also noticed that there was something off with her when she kept on coming for the only black cast member by the name of Mary Crosby. Yo, Mary Crosby is, if you guys don't know who she is, you guys probably don't watch the show. I kind of gave up on Salt Lake City. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, but you guys, Mary Crosby, in my opinion, was the main person they used to anchor the show with her storyline because she's over like a Christian, like a Baptist Christian church in Salt Lake City, probably one of the only black churches in Salt Lake City because there's barely any black people in Salt Lake City. I know from experience. But Mary Crosby, you know, she's problematic. She kind of has a little bit of self-hate. She bleaches her skin. Kind of anti-black a little bit, but yet stands up for black people at the same time. She's very confused. She married her grandfather, her step-grandfather, basically, in order for her to inherit the church and continue the livelihood that her grandmother, like, set out for the whole entire family. Y'all, Mary Crosby is literally the second coming of Jackie Christie. She's crazy as all get out, but everybody is rooting and loving Mary Crosby because not only she's the only black person on the show, but she's the only interesting person on the show. And this is off topic. Mary Crosby, she didn't show up to the reunion. They just filmed the reunion. But Mary Crosby went on her the Twitter speak, whatever they call that. It's kind of like the it's kind of like, you know, you get on Twitter and you just like talk in like a chat room. Like, that's what it is. She got on that and said that she didn't quit Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So if Bravo knows what's good, they're gonna have to bring her back because with Jen Shah going to prison and Jennie Nguyen hopefully getting kicked off this show, Mary Crosby is the only one that's gonna keep this show on go. But bringing it on back to Jennie, she was blasted for her Facebook post, basically uncovering her as a racist Trump supporter, which any Asian that's for Trump, I'm just like, Trump doesn't see it for y'all. Like, we're gonna get into it, but one of her posts read, Hundreds of blacks shot and many killed, including children, by other blacks every week. Blacks. Okay, girl. Over 1,000 officers violently injured, some permanently, by rioters. Anarchists rioting in major cities every night, which has caused billions of dollars of destruction to private and public property. And you still think police officers are the problem? You are an idiot. And in another post it says, I'm sick of people saying cops need more training. You had 18 years to teach your kid it's wrong to loot, steal, set buildings ablaze, block traffic, laser people's eyes, overturn cars, destroy buildings, and attack citizens. Who failed who? And needless to say, this lady has a slew of other posts basically painting her as a racist. Basically, she's a Trump supporter and she doesn't like black people. And I knew she didn't like black people because all these other girls on the show would come for her. All the other white women would come for her ass and she would say nothing. But yet, whenever Mary Crosby, does one thing or says one thing her way, she's always in her face, like acting like a black woman, like, you know, having the ebonics, kind of like mocking our, the way we talk, our vernacular, all up in Mary Crosby's face, like challenging her, daring her to hit her, basically, daring her to do something that's gonna paint her as the angry black woman. And y'all, I have a good intuition because I knew something was off about this bitch from jump. Like, I can see things before they happen. Like, I can smell shit before it comes out of an asshole. And also, y'all, I'm really not surprised from this coming from somebody from Salt Lake City, you guys. Salt Lake City is... Now, let me just say this. Like, I grew up going to Salt Lake City almost every other year. Like, yo, I love my parents. I love my parents immensely because they really got us up out of our box and like took us to different places that, you know, the everyday black person probably would never get to go to. Like, we used to go skiing like every other year. It was like a family tradition. It would be like me, my cousins, aunts, uncles, and some other family friends that I didn't care for. But it would be like all of us just like a big old black trip, and we would go to Salt Lake City, Utah, or New Mexico, but mainly Salt Lake City, and we would be the only black people ever seen. Like, we would be the only black people around in the vicinity. We got a lot of stares, but we never had anybody try us because look at us. But yo, I stopped watching Salt Lake City. Like, I watched it off and on because I hear a lot of people talking about it and I'm gonna see what they're talking about. But for the most part, y'all, Salt Lake City is just a weird place filled with weird people. And y'all, let me preface this. I love Asian people. I love Asian culture. I have Asian friends that I've gotten really close to over like the past few years. I go on vacation with them. Shit, in the past few years, they're the only people I've gone on vacation with. But I've even went to Japan, stayed out there for 2 weeks in high school. Absolutely loved Japan. Tokyo, Japan. If you guys can make it to Tokyo, go before you die. And overall, black people love Asian culture. We love Asians. We love everything about y'all. Like, we get everything from y'all. Y'all, now this is not me being a hater or anything, but I'm still kind of mad that Asians got the whole entire beauty supply market on lock. Like, that still bothers me to this day, but I digress. But Asians, for the most part, black people give you guys a lot of money and a lot of business because we trust y'all and we believe in y'all and we love your culture. Like, we love who y'all are. But, now this is not all Asians. Some of y'all don't like us. A lot of y'all don't like us, and that's because some of y'all come over here with like anti-blackness already built in, and a lot of Asian people look at white people like there's like a racial hierarchy. Like, they see white people up here, and then Asians see themselves just a little bit underneath white people, and then it's Hispanics, and then black people are all the way down in the damn gutter to some of them. Now, this is not every Asian, like I said, but hey, if it applies, don't let it fly. Feel what I'm talking about. Jennie right here is one of the main reasons why, one of the main examples why some black people had a hard time getting behind the anti-Asian hate campaign, because here we are here, an Asian woman that's against Black Lives Matter. So you mean to tell me we were the two minority groups that were pretty much demonized during the whole entire pandemic, especially Asians were demonized in the very beginning of it, but yet you can speak about Asian hate, but you can't speak about Black Lives Matter? Like, where do they do that at? Now, Black Lives Matter as an organization is corrupt, yes it is, but the overall message is Black Lives Matter. We matter because we are taught every single time, every single turn, every time you see a black person killed by the hands of police that our lives in this country do not matter, even though we built this damn country. Like, it's a disrespect for me, bitch. Like, you're not gonna walk over a whole entire race and paint us as this negative ass picture, yet the person, like the one race that you guys like see this up in that hierarchy, you see nothing that they do wrong. Like, I hate that some people try to justify the injustices that black people face. Like, she also had a post that I couldn't find, basically saying that George Floyd actually died of a drug overdose. Like, he was caught doing drugs before the whole entire arresting, before he got arrested by that, but I refuse to even say his name. I don't even remember his name. Fuck his name. But when he was arrested by that dirty ass cop, basically saying like he died of a drug overdose, not with a knee on his neck. I'm like, girl, fuck you. Ooh, I'm cussing up a storm in this video, y'all. I'm hot. But Asian people, here where I'm coming from. Us black people will ride for you, but when we see things like this bitch right here, it makes us very apprehensive, and it makes us be like, oh, well, y'all got it. If we can get through it, you can get through it. But yeah, y'all, Bravo, if you know what's good, fire this bitch as soon as possible. A lot of people have spoken out. Jen Shaw has spoken out, if you guys don't know, Jen Shaw actually has a black husband and 2 black children, so I'm glad she spoke out. I can't stand the bitch, but when you're right, you're right. But overall, Bravo, if you bring this lady back, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is going to be done. It's going to be done. Get rid of her like you guys got rid of all the girls from Dallas. Bye. But those are my views. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.